Okay, so as promised, this is a video on how to get 6ix9ine out of jail. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about the situation in general. It's gonna be real quick. So when it comes to the guy who got sentenced yesterday, the 18th of July, 2019, Mr. Butler, I stated that he got 60 months in jail. That was the mandatory minimum that the judge went by. And like I said, this judge seems like a pretty kind guy. So he could go above the mandatory minimum if he wanted to. But the way it looks right now, he's trying to keep the sentencing as low as possible. Now, I'm going to talk about what looks good and what looks bad for 6ix9ine. First, let's start with the bad. Now, when it comes to Mr. Butler, pretty much everyone and he has a pretty good lawyer, but everyone in the room just kind of agreed that he wasn't really the main person to be focused on. Like, he wasn't a prominent member of the 9 Trey gang, right? Because the judge, or I don't know if it was the judge or the government officials, but they listed 6ix9ine as a prominent member of the 9 Treys. So it's gonna be hard for 6ix9ine to pull the I came into this late, I don't really know what's going on type of card, because the judge sees him as a prominent member of the gang. So that doesn't look good. Another thing that doesn't look good on 6ix9ine's part is 6ix9ine's mandatory minimum is 32 years. So even if the judge is going by the mandatory minimum, which is, like, again, mandatory, right? So that's the lowest you could go. That means 6ix9ine will be getting at least 32 years. That's the lowest he could get. That's a shitty fucking deal. Now, it's not all bad, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not all bad. 6ix9ine is cooperating, right? However you want to look at that, but him cooperating means he potentially gets less years. And since he's the first person to plead guilty, which the judge has stated works in your favor, since he was the first person to plead guilty and cooperate, I think he's going to get less than that mandatory minimum, because I think that what that means is he struck a deal with the government. So that means most likely he's going to get less than that mandatory minimum. Now, what else looks good for 6ix9ine? 6ix9ine does a lot of charity and is publicized. He gives money to schools, he gives money to the homeless, to poor people. All that stuff is on the internet, you can look it up. That's gonna look good on his side, right? He's come out and kind of just, even that video where he helped a bunch of people in Puerto Rico, I think, Mexico, I don't remember which one it is, but he was just giving out money. He was making speeches. He was just telling people to believe in themselves. He was really helping out the kids. So that, and not only overseas, in his community too, that's gonna look really good on his part. That's all that charity work that you can actually prove and see. That's gonna look really good on his part. So let's get to the shits. If you want 6ix9ine to have the best chance possible, you gotta write the judge. It's that plain and simple, because I saw the judge read letters of Butler's friends and family in the court, and 6ix9ine has a lot more, fans than Mr. Butler, and that really moved the judge. So if you translate that 6ix9ine, he's gonna see it more than just 10 or 5 or 6 letters. He's gonna see thousands of letters. So if you're a fan of 6ix9ine and you want to see him get out, write the judge. Tell the judge what 6ix9ine means to you, or what he meant in your life, or what he meant to your community, all that stuff. This really is a video just for his fans. If you really want to see him come out, your best chance is writing the judge. You can write him at 40 Foley Square. That's New York, New York. So the address is 40 Foley, Foley Square, New York, New York, 10007. And his name is Judge Paul Engelmeyer. Paul, Paul, Engelmeyer, Engelmayer. Paul Engelmeyer. Just write him and tell him that, hey, 6ix9ine meant a lot to me, and this is why he should be out. This is why he'll do more good outside of jail than inside of jail. Right? You can say things like, yo, he's not a real threat to the community. He's more of a plus than a minus in free society. and just speak to the good part, and that's really the best way, in my opinion, to get 6ix9ine out of this jam he's in. As always, like, share, subscribe, and follow my Instagram. All right, man. Peace.